only by frozen memories. It's fine. Racing on these broken dreams tonight. Take me away from home.
Hello, everybody. What's going on, guys? Hello. We are live, and I'm here joined today with all my wonderful friends and special guests. We have our OG Orion and Sideline and Venge today. As you can tell that the great bearded one and Corey are away. They're both very sick, so we're gonna let them have a rest, and we're gonna get our awesome crew here to join us today. How are you guys doing today? Hello. It's so great to see you all. All right, my friends, there's a lot to talk about. Lots of crazy things have happened this month. We got hit with some Nintendo Direct and State of Play, and there's going to be some meaty stuff to talk about. I'm super stoked. I cannot wait. Well, let's go ahead and let's start our conversation with the same old that I always ask. What's going on, everyone? What's new and exciting? What's happening with your channel? Let's start with Venge.
Oh, I got it on mute, don't I? Jesus Christ. Wait, was I? Oh, I was never muted, was I? Okay. Yeah, it's one of those days.
Sure was. I was never muted all along.
So don't mind me. I was actually trying to log into my YouTube and everything so I could respond to comments and whatnot. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Honestly, it's been tough. Because when it comes to what's going on with my channel or whatever on Twitch, I've been dealing with a lot of life things, and it's been really busy for me. I've been working 2 jobs Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. all the way up to 10 p.m. at night. So it's been really, really busy for me, to the point where I really couldn't do as much as I'm usually known for doing. So I can't really say. If anything, for me right now, it's more like trying to adjust to life's unfortunate circumstances, and trying to create a different schedule and letting people know when I'm actually going to be streaming, which is more than likely Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Because those are just the realistic days that could actually work for me, especially Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday's kind of tough, because usually by Friday, it's like when I get off, I'm kind of like, sometimes I'm kind of just out of it. And so I just kind of like rest. But I'm just trying to get everything back in order, and hopefully things work out in the future. So I'm just hoping for the best.
That's all we can ask for, right? That's all we can ask for. That's good, man. What about you, Sideline? What you been up to, man?
Oh, not a terrible lot recently. Been sort of busy with work. Similar to Ben, it's just like unable to stream just because my work hours are so crazy right now. I'm looking to sort of get a more consistent schedule. I've actually been playing a lot of Valorant and Roblox recently, which is sort of a break from the usual Mario Maker, Minecraft content. But yeah, just working on getting a new schedule set up, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully getting some more Valorant streams, get some more Roblox, and maybe Mario Maker 3. Fingers crossed, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mhm.
What about you, Mr. Ryan? What have you been up to, man?
Well, I've been trying to fight my camera this whole time. Everyone
I
has been
noticed.
noticing.
And you know what? You're not the only
Yeah,
one though,
it's been
because when Sideline first connected, he was on and off like that too.
Yeah, I like Sideline being on and off. It's a really great thing. But I've been doing good. Finished Life is Strange 2, so started up Life is Strange True Colors. Let me tell you guys, that game is gorgeous. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Like, we were talking about next-gen games. That is a game that looks next-gen. It is gorgeous. The characters, they are so expressive. It's incredible. Absolutely love it.
The scenery that I've watched while you're playing, oh my god.
Right? Like, oh, gorgeous. Then as on top of that, I started Mystical Ninja. And what was
Talk
it?
about
Stephie-
next gen.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went like camera's playing games with me. There we go. Why are you doing this to me right now, of all times? What was it? Oh yes. What was it? Oh yes. Mystical Ninja, such a great game. Venge, you should totally keep playing
Don't
it.
do it.
I'll
Don't do it.
$20 to. Oh wait, I was supposed to read that part. Sorry, Stephie, I wasn't supposed to read that part of the message. Anyway, yes, I've been having fun with that though. It's nice to go back and look at a nice retro game like that. I've been playing a lot of retro games now that I think of it. But yeah, just ready for October now at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. With myself, we just started picking up again with the streams. As of last week, I've been streaming almost every day, except for Saturdays. I kind of want to hold Saturdays off. It's just an off time for myself, and possibly Sunday as well. But other than that, we've been moving quite well. I'm really happy to get back. I'm happy to be finally everything just kind of settling down that I'm able to come back. So that's really, really good. But overall, we've been playing a lot of Returnal, which, oh my god, what a game. This game, if you have not played this game, if you want a rage-inducing game, this is it. Especially because you get so far, and then you die, and you end up starting from the very beginning. But I mean,
But unless you're Corey, it's a hard game to still get mad at because it's so smooth. And you hit you get that special item that lets you basically shortcut back to where you were.
yeah.
It's just, I love Returnal.
Oh,
I'm going
Returnal.
to it eventually, but
Yeah, it's such a great game. And I've been
It's
playing Kina, Bridge and Spirits or something like that. I can't remember what.
or something.
Yeah, but it's such a beautiful game. There's another next gen game. The colors are beautiful. The
yet.
lighting is gorgeous. And if you want a nice, strong feels moment type game, pick that game up. It's stupidly good. So that's what I've been playing lately. A lot of PS5 stuff. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty because there's a lot to talk about, and I want to start with the biggest one right now, the one that's hot, and that's Nintendo Direct. So it's all finished. We got to see some pretty interesting games, and we got to see some pretty interesting news. And overall, I think everyone was pretty satisfied with what they saw. What were your thoughts on the Nintendo Direct, and what are you most excited for? So let's go ahead and start with Ryan.
So what I was kind of most excited for was the very first thing they showed off. I'm really happy for Sunbreak, but it has me that. Stop it. Get some help. I was excited about Sunbreak because I love Monster Hunter.
Mhm.
So seeing that was just very, very hype for me. But it made me a little nervous because with Monster Hunter World, that was the first time they really did an expansion rather than a proper sequel this way. And Monster Hunter Worlds expansion came out roughly a year and a half, almost 2 years after the game initially launched. Monster Hunter Rise came out, what? In April of this year, a few months ago, and they're already pushing out the expansion. That has me a little nervous that they could go down a dark path. But I'm still hyped for it, still excited for it.
No, for sure. You know what? Sorry, I cut you off there.
Go ahead.
I wasn't even sure it was Monster Hunter. I saw it and was like talking about it and like, what is this? Like, because it looks so good. It didn't look like your typical bright colored Monster Hunter that I'm used to seeing when they do a little trailer. So I was really confused what we were looking at. It kind of piqued my interest, I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was Smash Bros. Like, I thought it was a Smash Bros. Reveal. And then when I saw Rathalos, I was like, oh my gosh, are we getting the Rider from Monster Hunter Stories 2 as a playable character? That would be an awesome character to add, by the way. But no, it's DLC. Paid DLC, mind you. Aside from that, Chocobo GP. I'm actually really hyped for that. That game looked incredibly cool.
I saw the trailer and immediately thought of you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Man,
know, it's
no
cool 'cause
more
it's like-
Mario Kart. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I
Chocobo
love
GP is gonna kill Mario Kart.
I love Mario Kart, but don't get me wrong, they rehash Mario Kart so much to where I'm tired of it. So it looks hype to be. Let's freaking go. Substitution jutsu.
No, but
It's
aside from
true
that,
though.
yeah, it's cool how it's bringing it out. Every character has like this unique ability. If you keep collecting the same power up over and over instead of just, getting that power up, instead of just getting a banana, you're getting stronger abilities every time. That's really a cool concept for it.
Exactly. And you know what? Like, it's like what Venge says. We haven't had we got that Mario Kart Deluxe, and that was it. That was the end of it. So to get something that's still a kart racing, but
Hey,
something
now,
different.
We got Mario Kart Tour on the phones. You guys have phones, right?
Shoot, Tour, that's right.
Nah, it's not
I
the
don't count that as a
same.
real Mario Kart game, of course.
I was gonna say, let's not go saying things we can't take back.
You're saying I
Okay.
should keep my comments I made before we started the stream about Sakurai to myself?
No.
Wait.
Okay,
I
no,
had
but
said,
what did you guys think of the Castlevania collection? I mean, I had to go back to rewatch it, and I didn't even notice I got so excited for that. Oh, look at Ben. She's like, he's like all set.
Yeah, man. Like they brought back so many. I haven't seen half of those, and Castlevania is crazy game. But I streamed the Super Castlevania, really cool, hard as heck, but it was fun. Like kind of like struggling, but getting past it. It was satisfying to see all those fresh games that I never managed to get into because I don't think there were any on the 3DS. So I'm hyped for it.
No, I am too. I like Castlevania. I personally like Castlevania, so I got very excited seeing that they were gonna bring this collection out, especially Castlevanias. Is it not? I'm not 100% sure, except for the ones that came out for the PS3. But I think it's the ones that we know, right? Like Symphony of the Night and stuff like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
we go, okay.
There we go.
There he is, okay.
What
We're
happened?
back.
You're back. We missed you.
Oh,
For 5 seconds.
for 5 seconds. I was just saying that
Yeah.
I think it's is it all the Castlevania games? Or, let me check. I'm gonna check quickly. But yeah, oh, my internet's gone.
I was like, or is it all the ones on the Game Boy Advance? I can't, because it looked like they was all from the Advance.
I don't know. I'm checking right now. That was weird. The internet just went out.
Yeah. Well,
You guys
I've
see
never
me?
touched any Castlevania games, so
No.
you didn't hear me
Wait,
shouting.
so
I
it
was like,
literally
shake it.
went out?
There we go.
Legitimate?
It should work now.
Oh.
Let's see, they
So,
probably
so
heard all
stop flirting
that.
with Venge now? Okay, got it.
Stop.
Ew. Stop.
So collection has
The
all.
sideline.
So it has all GBAs
Right.
and Dracula X on SNES. Okay, so that's what
Dracula
Inuyugi
X.
is saying. Thank you, Inuyugi.
Oh, Dracula X. That was a good game. I remember playing that.
But I'm gonna go backtrack for a minute. So talking about what were we talking about? The
Right,
the Chocobo GP. I think fudge, man. What's with this net?
I was just gonna say the most important opinion of the entire stream, and we miss it.
It's being lame.
What you said? Chocobo GP is lame.
How dare you, good
Dare
sir?
you, sir?
I did not say such things. I did not say such
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, we don't need cancel culture getting down Rigo's neck, bro.
Oh. But yeah, so I think it's definitely gonna be a nice substitute. Maybe hopefully we see something later in the future for Mario, but right now I think this is gonna be and it looks good and it looks like it's gonna be a fun game. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about those two. Kirby.
It's like this. Yeah, that Kirby Odyssey. That's what it looks like. No,
Kirby X
does
The
this mean
Last
K,
of Us.
does this mean K-Fresh can stop with his beans? Because he's technically getting Mario Odyssey 2, it's just Kirby.
Kirby
But
Odyssey.
It's
X Last of Us.
Kirby X Last of Us. Just replace Joel with King DDD and you got it.
Right, there it is.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is. There's the game.
And Ellie
Man.
is Kirby's little partner.
At least Kirby. Sharon sent in my next patient. I love that meme of Kirby visiting Dr. Mario.
But it's weird. I was kind of I think I mentioned it in Venge stream where I have a feeling that it might be where the hub is empty, like you kind of walk around and it's like emptiness, but as soon as you enter a building and that's where the main level will start, and then you'll have like a bunch of monsters and stuff. That's how it felt to me. I don't know, but that's how it felt.
Right?
Yeah, Stephie mentioned that as well. Y'all both did. It did look kind of empty, but like my assumption is since it's just a demo build, they probably just didn't jam pack everything. So maybe like all that would be resolved later. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this, Heart Boy, no, that's not it. That's a cover-up. He knew Kirby Odyssey was coming out, and that's why he stopped the beans, because he knew he had won. Burnt out, nah, it was a cover-up.
It was a cover up.
I think the Kirby game looks awesome, but I have one weird edge case fear about Kirby, and it has to do with my recent partial playthrough of Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
And that is if they go full open world with Kirby, it like if you look at the frame rate and sort of performance of, I would be concerned about the performance on the Switch in terms of like frame rate and playability, given
Sonic Adventure route. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
'Cause
I
maybe
mean,
it's
I,
like a
I
hub
definitely
world
think
or
it's going to be
something.
more so the hub is empty, but you go into a building and that's the level. I think it's going to be something more so akin to that.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. Again,
mean,
all we got basically was a title and like a few seconds of gameplay. We don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, and then we got that little wording that they always put: "Game may change throughout production."
Baja really summed up Nintendo Direct good with his quote. Nintendo Direct. We'll tell you about it later.
Yeah.
yes,
That's basically how it kind of felt. They announced and showed off some cool stuff, but that's ultimately how it felt.
Exactly. Animal Crossing, go into the room. It's airing October, okay? Don't worry about it, guys.
Smash
So
Bros.
we'll
We'll
get
tell you in
there.
a few weeks.
we'll get there when we get there.
That's right.
Actually, hang on. I gotta think. Hang on, wait a second. Didn't they say they were announcing it October 5th, right?
October something. October 5th,
Thought it
yeah,
was
at
the
10 a.m.
October 5th? Yeah.
October 5th.
So the exact same day Nicktoons Brawl comes out.
Oh, well then.
That was calculated.
Yep.
Very. So what about one thing I thought was hilarious was that we got an initial announcement for this new 3D Kirby game and immediately got a game title with it. However, we still 2.5 years in have no game title for Breath of the Wild 2.
Never mind that. We have
Yeah,
no game
Might just be
title.
what it is.
We have seen nothing on Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we're getting Metroid Dread, and I think they're like, you be happy, Metroid fans, okay? You be happy, Metroid fans, that we're even giving you the time of day.
But I will say this Dread is very interesting. It's kind of like a more going back to their roots kind of thing, but a little extra flair to it. So I mean, the good thing is at least they'll keep them busy until, you know, the new Prime actually drops.
Absolutely.
Hey, yeah,
What do you guys
that's
li-
true. That's true. One of the things that there we go. Actually, one of the things that caught me by surprise that I wasn't expecting to see was the announcement of the Mario cast for the movie. I mean, that was a big surprise for me. I wasn't expecting them to talk about anything about that. So, okay, I gotta ask you guys, because I've been seeing a lot of hate on this guy. But what do you guys think of Chris playing Mario? Because the amount of hate that I'm seeing towards him is shocking. It's shocking. I don't know why people don't want him to play Mario, but apparently they're saying they don't that Chris Pratt wouldn't be a good Mario, and they're like hating on him hard. I don't know. What are you guys thoughts?
I'm sorry to sound like Patrick, but you know, I live under a rock, so I have no idea who he is. What did he do?
He did
He
Guardians
was
of the Galaxy.
Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. He did the voice of the main character in the Lego movie.
How
Wait,
was Andy from
Star-Lord
Parks and Rec not first on that list?
So is Star-Lord the leader of the group?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
I
Now
was
that
going
I
to say he's
think
the main
about it,
character in
that's
Jurassic
kinda
World,
weird.
but we kind of try to repress that one.
Cause I still think about the daggum that Grimace joke, and I'm like, no, it's just I don't hate the guy, but that's a weird choice. Am I honest? To be honest, I died with Jack Black. I would tell you that him as Bowser. What? But I don't know. I just found it kind of odd. You know what I mean? Like, for a guy like that, I mean, it could work, it could not work, but part of me really felt like, you know, we already know the guy that really should have been given that role. I mean, let's be honest, but
I was going to say,
just
that's the real
weird.
reason, Rigo, why there's so much hate being thrown. I love Chris Pratt, don't get me wrong. But there's one reason that he's getting a lot of hate for this, and that's because Charles Martinet exists.
I mean, he's there doing his. He's gonna be there.
It's gonna be
I
a
know
cameo.
he's doing a cameo, and he's also consulting with the characters. I know that much.
I think there's like, as soon as I saw that Chris Pratt was announced as Mario, I breathed a sigh of relief that it
But-
wasn't Charles Martinet.
But you
And
know
here's
what?
why.
Okay,
Wow.
you go. I gotta hear this now.
Here-
I-
Yeah,
here's why.
I'm putting down my phone.
Let me sit up a little. Hang on.
My biggest fear was that they were going to do Charles Martinet. Here's why. Because all of Mario's iconic voice comes from his catchphrases. And if you were to try to take Mario's catchphrases, take the accent and voicing used in those catchphrases, and try to use that voicing as the character for Mario, I feel like he would come across as flippant and callous and shallow. And I have not seen in Charles Martinet's voice acting that he has the range to play a character who could sort of carry a whole movie. You can't make a movie off of catchphrases. So
I see
I
what you're
feel
saying.
like bringing in a voice actor, I don't necessarily. But my biggest concern with Chris Pratt is that in everything I've seen him in, he lends more to a sort of comedic style, and I can't say that I'm I can't see where a comedic Mario comes into the picture unless they're trying to make this movie really lighthearted.
It's being made by Illumination, so
Yeah,
they made
but
Despicable Me and Minions, so yeah, you know it's going to be very child geared.
Oh, for
but
sure.
if it follows the Mario storyline, it would be kind of the Mario storyline itself is kind of dark. A giant, an evil guy comes and captures a plumber's girlfriend and takes her to a dark castle. I mean,
how dark are you gonna get with Jack Black as your antagonist?
No, that's
well, that's why I'm saying,
here's the thing.
Jack,
Like,
if they're trying to make it comedic.
because I'm used to see. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but every movie that Jack Black I ever see him in, it's always how's it going, everybody. So
yeah,
that's what
going to be more comedic.
That's what I imagine is gonna happen.
Bowser reciting Tenacious D.
As soon as I saw Jack Black, I just saw all these scenes from Kung Fu Panda Kim flashing back through my mind. Like, okay, it's gonna be okay if Jack Black's in there.
I have no doubt this movie is going to be fine. We're probably all going to love it. It's just people are a bit hurt over Chris Pratt being picked over the person that they recognize as the voice of Mario for years at this point.
I'm in it for Jack Black. I just want
Right.
to see that. Like, I don't even care about anything else. I
Well,
just
did
want
we
to
all
hear
forget
Jack
the voice of
Black
Toad?
as Bowser.
Long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo.
Don't forget that Keegan
That's
Michael
gonna
Key's going
be
to play
funny.
Toad. That's going to
Oh.
be awesome, too.
Yeah, Michael Keegan playing
Look.
Toad. I'm actually very excited for that because he has a lot of ranges when it comes to his voice.
He does.
So I'm very excited to see what he throws to the table with Toad.
You could literally show up as like 10 different Toads and give each of them a unique voice.
Yeah.
Well, his
Interesting.
wife is a dialect coach,
Yep.
and
He-
so she helps him do all the accents.
He is Toadette.
Which does, again, all of this compounding. Chris Pratt, funny guy. Jack Black, funny guy. Keegan Michael Key, funny
guy.
This is not going to be some like dark, super realistic to the Mario in terms of its tone and story and everything. It's going to be a funny movie. It's going to be for the kids.
Oh yeah,
But we're all going to love it.
I think so.
we're all going to be talking about it no matter what.
We will. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There's
Let's
no
be real.
denying that one fact. It got people talking.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I'm one of those few that really loved the 90s Mario. I thought that movie was awesome. Even now I went back and watched it. It's a terrible movie, but I think it's awesome. I love that movie. It has nothing to do with Super Mario. But it's just they did such a good job picking the Mario character. I love it. So I'm very stoked to see what they're gonna throw, what they're gonna hand to us, especially as big as Mario is. So the fact that they're getting Nintendo involved with the movie, I have a good feeling about it. But then again, I mean, you can get anybody involved in a movie and it could still flop, right? So
Yeah.
Well, I guess
feel-
that's,
Yeah.
But-
I think it'll work though. I mean, I looked at what the Dragon 151 said, and he just said they need to keep it simple. I mean, the storyline is as simple as it gets. So it's like, I feel like they can't butcher the storyline. If anything, I feel like if they just play on every voice actor, every actor's strength, and don't, try, like don't act all sweaty and try hard. I mean, it'll work out in the end. Because I felt like when I look at the Space Jam movie, I feel like that new one, I feel like they was trying way too hard with that movie.
Yeah.
The
That's
one
just-
with
that's the way
LeBron
they can,
James,
but
they was
don't-
trying way too hard with that one.
Oh, I felt that too. I went to watch it. I was very excited because I enjoyed the original Space Jam, and I wasn't very happy with what we got. So I mean, I felt a lot of the jokes were forced because they wanted it to be funny. I mean, because it's Looney Tunes. Let's be real, they're funny, but I just feel that it didn't work out. But yeah, actually, we were talking about this in the TacoCast group. We were saying that what if they took the movie and they made it almost like how Jumanji was made, the new one, where it was a video game and they get sucked in. What if they did something like that with Super Mario? Like that's the kind of feeling that Chadley was getting from it. You know, so it's like you got all these guys, but then, and not that they're gonna get sucked into the game or something, but I don't know.
They're
something
gonna get sucked into the SNES.
They're gonna get sucked into the SNES.
They have to say "Wahoo!" to get out.
They find this pipe and they all go down it,
Oh
and
man!
they turn into the characters.
It'll probably be good though. I mean,
Oh.
Despicable Me and Minions was actually fun, so I don't see how they'll screw it. I just don't see it. I mean, they just play on the strengths, make it fun and engaging, and they should be fine. Because I was instantly turned off with that Space Jam movie. They were trying too dang freaking hard, and it feels like this is so simple. They can't botch this up. This can't be another freaking Dragon Ball Evolution. We don't need that.
Do we know who's directing and writing it yet?
Let me check. It's
Yeah, I'm
being
not
directed
sure.
by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelnick. Written by Matthew Fogel, which that is a name that sounds familiar to me.
I guess the question that has really been bugging me about the Mario movie in general is just
Oh, here's some
who
information
asked-
you might like. Sideline: they're the creators of Teen Titans Go.
Michael Fogel, him?
okay.
Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelnick. They're the creators of Teen Titans Go.
Okay.
Which, as much as I view that as a stain on the original, I feel like they know how to make something that appeals to children.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched
Make it very
my share of Teen Titans Go thanks to my kids, and honestly, I can see why they like it. I mean, there's some episodes that I find friggin' hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Teen Titans Go. It seems like it's not it's not like a blockbuster movie or show that everybody talks about, but at the same point, it's not bad either. It's just sort of like neutral, like in the middle of the road.
Original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't compare the two because they are very much two different beasts. So one is like clearly a cartoon made for kicks and giggles and kids. The other actually is made to tell compelling stories.
Exactly. I mean, again, at the end of the day, I can see all of us going to see that movie. What time are we meeting? What
Absolutely.
time are we meeting at the movies? Who's buying the popcorn? So.
I'm buying popcorn.
They're not
Popcorn.
buying popcorn. That's too expensive.
Oh, you know what? If I'm gonna
Speak
buy,
your own
I'm
food,
not just gonna buy popcorn. I'm gonna buy caramel corn.
I'm gonna go. I will go to the States just so I can go to those movie theaters that they serve you drinks and food. I'm gonna have a nice meal to watch Super Mario.
Mhm. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
don't have
take
that
the
here in
boat.
Canada, in the Canadias.
Wow.
The
The
most
movie
you can,
theater I go to, like they serve hot dogs and popcorn and
That's
drinks, and they
that's the most you
reclining
get.
chairs.
That's the most you get here. Reclining chairs, hot dogs, and popcorn. Oh, and sometimes burgers.
Yeah, I mean, the one I normally go to, they don't have like a ton of other concessions, but like it's decent. I did have one other question about the Mario movie for you guys. It's sort of a two-part question. Who asked for the Mario movie, and if you were given a choice between a Mario movie and a new Mario game, which one would you choose?
Well, as far as I know, the reason why they wanted to make this Mario movie was because Nintendo, when they first gave the rights to the original Mario, they weren't happy with what they got. They thought it was the most, and they said if they ever got a chance to make another movie, they would do it correctly in the way they wanted it to be made. So as far as I know, that's why when Illumination came up to them and said, "Hey, look, we want to make a movie," they jumped on it. But that's why they're right behind it 100%, because they don't want another Super Mario from the 90s to happen now. That's what I know about that. If I had to choose between a Mario game or a Mario movie,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'd still choose the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I choose the movie because we've gotten a lot of games. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I love the games. Just I think I'd rather have a movie. You know?
I guess I see where
Okay.
you're going with that. Kind of like just a refreshing take on something. It's like something new, right?
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
usually with the games, you know, like of course everybody wants a new game. I'm not even gonna lie. I was this close to being like it's a game, but
Mm.
you know, considering the time, you know, the era that we're in now, and just wanting to see a refresh, something fresh, something new, something to maybe spark maybe some, let's say, more positivity in the air. A movie would, you know, fit that bill. It's just too much negativity in the world right now, and
I mean-
you know, it would be nice to have something like that.
for sure. And like lately, as of late, with the games they're making, the last Mario game we got, the what is it called? Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like to do 100% on that game, it became just kind of a chore. It didn't. You beat the game and it was great, and that was it. And now I put the game away. I'm done with it. Whereas I feel with the movie, I know I'm gonna watch it. I don't know how many times I've rewatched Ready Player One. I don't know how much I've rewatched. Like these are movies that come out a long time ago, and I'm still rewatching them today because they kind of never get old. You know, that's how I'm looking at it. So that's
Fair
my
take.
point.
The only thing about that is we don't know how good the Mario movie is gonna be. We know Ready Player One is great.
You can't say that on air. You are not allowed to
So-
say that on the internet. That's I think you broke a couple laws by saying that.
Hey,
Ready Player One is great. Best video game
Nope,
movie
nope,
ever made.
Nope. Take
The
it back.
rules, they
Video
break
game
the
back.
rules all the
Take it
time
back.
on the internet, though.
Take
I
it
mean,
back.
look at what's happening around us, man. I mean, they break rules every day.
I know, I kid. If you've ever read, like, have you read the book?
Yeah,
And you still think the movie's good?
because the movie and the book, they're two separate things. It's not like they completely ruined and butchered the. They didn't go Aragon on it.
Oh God, we're going
still made
manga
it
now.
decent.
Manga versus animation. But sorry, Ryan. Like, I just want to jump in for a sec because
gonna
I
grab water,
understand
guys.
where you're coming from. Because, of course, the book is going to be more accurate. But the thing is, some people just want to see it animated. And you know, that's the issue with manga and anime nowadays. It's like they say the manga's better, anime's trash, but some people just want to see it animated and bring it to life.
Mhm. That's pretty much what the Ready Player One movie did. It did it more faithfully than a lot of books to movies translate.
If Aragon is your
No, Aragon's
judgment-
an extreme example of a complete and total mess up. That's an awful thing to base off of just off that alone.
Ready Player
That's what
One
they-
is a director's ode to an amazing book, but it is by no means an adaptation of a book. It is a
Same thing for Jurassic Park, but that's still one of the greatest movies ever made. Not say that Ready Player One is as great as Jurassic Park in terms of a film goes, but still, it's like it's not offensive at all.
they
good.
just didn't really include any of the storyline of the book. Like they just jumped ahead, skipped parts, cut parts out, and it's just like and just like blatantly like I don't want to hijack Rigo's podcast by getting into the specifics of Ready Player One, but we should talk sometime because that movie just it ruined what could have been an amazing movie series.
Exactly, and that's the problem. Ready Player One would have been, they could have done so much more had they decided we'll make a trilogy out of it. But they didn't. It was a risk to make this into a movie in the first place to begin with. So talking a studio into being like, yeah, we'll make it into a whole trilogy, that was a tough sell. That wouldn't have worked out under any circumstances, but we got what we could, and what we got was all right. But yes, to get an adaptation of a book, you do need a series. Honestly, like a Netflix series, a Disney Plus series, an ongoing series would be so much better for something like that than a trilogy of movies ever would. And hopefully now we can maybe get that. Maybe they saw how much of a success this one movie was, and we can get a more expansive version out of something like that. Pick it up, Netflix. Do it. Do it.
I could see Netflix picking it up and
You heard
doing
the
like
man.
a proper.
Netflix to pick everything up.
Yeah, they pick everything up, man. For sure. All right, back to
Picked up Rocco's Modern Life, unlike Nicktoons Brawl.
yeah. Okay, let's talk about this Switch Online expansion pass. So they're adding new content, Nintendo 64 and Sega, but you got to pay extra for it. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The rumor is that it's gonna be $10 more for this. I don't know. I can't feel paying $10 extra for just two new add-ons that will bring us more games. I don't think it's worth the $10 realistically. I don't. That's just me though. But I don't know what you.
Only way. Oh, okay. I get where you're coming from. For me personally, the only way that's going to be worth $10 is if it performs a lot better than the previous editions, and on top of that, people can play together like everything else. If the functionality is really good, then it may be worth that. But if they're just going to slap some random some random spit together and expect people to just like digest that, then they're wrong. Because my issue with the previous editions that they added, like to the SNES, they added a lot of random garbage to the SNES one.
I can agree with you on
like
that one. Yeah.
There was like some
filler.
good stuff, right? But there was some good stuff, but it was a lot of random crap. There was some stuff that they was severely missing. I was really hoping. Here's a good example: Super Double Dragon. Where the heck was that? That was ahead of its time back then, and it was amazing. And there's so many more other games that they could have added, but they didn't. So they better make sure when they do this that they pick those iconic games that those consoles was known for. That's my hot take on that one.
I feel like they did come out the gate swing with a lot of the Nintendo 64 heavy hitters. They brought out, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. They brought out all the big names, but yeah, I would definitely like to see Shadows of the Empire. That one would be a great one to see on there.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Wave
yes.
Racer.
Wave Racer.
Diddy
Wave
Kong
Racer,
64.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
yeah.
mercy.
Conkers.
Oh,
Donkey
Conquer
Kong.
would be awesome.
Conquers
It would
bad
be. They're
for
not
them.
going to do that though. Conkers is
WWE
Nintendo's
no
dirty
mercy,
little
man.
secret.
I
Have
remember.
you guys played the multiplayer part of Donkey Kong 64?
Yes.
That game on Nintendo Switch Online would make it worth the $10 for me.
That would be awesome.
Like I'm
Diddy
concerned that they didn't have Diddy Kong Racing. Like Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, Wave Racer, those type of games on the 64 would make it worth the extra money for me. But like a lot of the games that they announced are games that I either have already played or don't feel like would be worth the extra money just to have a broken online functionality for.
The one-
Yep.
I was actually surprised with the Wingback game. I wasn't expecting them to throw that one in there. It's one of those games not a lot of people have played it. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. If you ever played it, have you guys ever played that game, Wingback?
No.
I don't think
No.
I have.
It's a cover shooter and it's stupidly good. Like it's really really good.
Interesting.
I played it back in the day. I remember me and my brother picked it up and it was great. But yes, I understand what you're saying, Sadler. Like Ocarina of Time, we've all played it. Mario 64, we've all played it. Mario Kart 64, we've all played it.
Yeah.
But-
So they gotta bring it.
For sure.
On,
No,
on
I'm-
the flip side, though, to play devil's advocate, I mean, $10 a year extra. I mean, is that really so much to ask for 2 new emulators being added to Mario Online? I mean, I
Oh,
for
it's
me
not optional?
personally, it is an optional upgrade, but
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you could
as a
stick with the
$10
one you have now.
upgrade for access to 2 emulator libraries built into your Switch, Nintendo approved emulators, so to speak.
Mm.
It is only $10 a year extra, and there is a lot of content to be had, especially in the multiplayer scene. I think if as a content creator, I would consider picking it up. If I was just gaming and I had no plans to do content creation, I'd have a harder time justifying it. I mean, but at the same time, it's basically one time of going out to eat these days. It's like one out to eat meal per year, and you get access to this library. So, like, is it, if they were, if they're talking an extra $25, $30 a year, I mean,
Okay, that'd be a hell no. That's okay.
yeah,
Right.
I mean, $10,
But they're not.
you can't even pick up. I mean, like, you think about the library of games and potential games that are being included, you couldn't pick up copies of those games for $10 a year.
I feel like it depends on how far they go with it, because they really didn't go in that hard with the NES and the SNES. They really didn't. They just was like throwing some $1 cheeseburgers up there, man. If they really going to do this and they want to justify that price, they really going to have to be like those sweaty gamers that be playing Call of Duty in order to make this work.
I mean,
Sweaty Call of Duty player.
Or we can, if we want to go Nintendo, we can always say sweaty Pokemon Unite players. I mean,
oh boy.
He said it. He said it. Not us. We offer you the sacrifice of venge.
Now, what I will say is, what's piquing my interest, I've never played, I never had a Sega back in the day. So seeing the Sega collection, I'm interested. There's a lot of games on there that I've never even heard of. I never even got a chance to touch.
Rage 2 Ego.
Yeah,
So
and that is the nice thing. Is everyone who grew up with Sega now has access to try the Nintendo 64, and everyone who grew up with the Nintendo 64 has that chance to try out the Sega.
yeah. I mean, Golden Axe,
nice-
I remember playing that at the arcade, and I love that game. That game was friggin' amazing. So I'm very excited to see it's back.
Rigo, I love you.
So, I mean, there is some, what do you call it? Pros and cons to this, but we'll see. Honestly, I wish they would, for the controls, I wish we had more colors other than just plain gray. I would have loved to see some red, some blues, but beggars can't
I
be
want that
choosers.
green and yellow. I want that green and yellow one that launched with Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that was awesome.
That one was clean. Oh my gosh.
Hands down.
That's what-
yes.
I
That's
think
the
for me,
real
what it's
question, though, with how much are they going to give us of rare content?
Yeah.
Because we got Banjo Kazooie. Are we going to get Donkey Kong 64? Are we going to get Diddy Kong
Yeah.
Racing? How much are we going to get?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
I
the
think a
big
lot of it's
point.
going to come down to that sort of final membership announcement that they make, because like everything's speculated right now on what that membership plan is going to look like. So seeing that final deal, that final offer, and what is all is going to be included, can we choose between, like, oh, we only want the N64, we don't care about the Sega, is that going to cost less or more? Like, what options are we going to have?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
I
sounds
agree
cool.
with Stephie. See-through controls, hell yes, that would be so epic to have.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember those back in the
were-
PlayStation.
those were
days. That were
amazing.
nice.
Yep. Oh, excuse me. Woo.
You're excused.
But again, but you know what? For the Sega, did they add? Hold on, I want to see quickly. What was that game where you were that guy and you walk around, you destroy things, then you pick up certain items and you start converting into like a muscular guy, and you get more muscular, and in the end you turn into this like werewolf. I think it was
It was Dynamite Kid or
Altered
something like
Beast?
that. What?
Altered
Oh, you
Beast.
mean Altered beasts. Yeah, the
That-
different beasts.
Yeah,
They
that,
better add that.
that wasn't
That'd
on there,
be
was
s-
it? I've never played that game
I-
fully. Would
I
love-
haven't seen it, but they would really screw that up if they don't add Altered Beast, because that is definitely a popular classic.
Here's the thing: I know that the Nintendo Switch already has this like Sega collection pack with Altered Beast on it.
They may
know
still do
I
it
got
though.
that Sega game pack, so that's why the Sega games actually aren't
Ooh.
that interesting to me because I already have that collector's edition thing.
I
Yeah.
hope they add Golden X3. Oh my god, that music was so saucy in that game. And that was a rare one too, because I don't even think that I've never seen it anywhere like Golden X3.
Yeah, yeah. What was another game they showed off? We finally got Bayonetta 3. We got the some
Yes.
reveal on that, and she's looking hot. She's looking fine, but I brought it up like 8 times, and I'm gonna bring it up 8 more times. I'm not happy they censored her so much. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, they toned it down. big
like
time.
I don't know if it was just for the trailer that they toned it down like that, but I mean, I you know, when I played Bayonetta on the PS3, I remember what I loved about it was the juicy blood everywhere, and let's be real, the half naked Bayonetta showing up with
Oh
all
yeah,
of
the Buddha.
Oh, glory!
Rigo.
All the mommy milkers.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead and finish, Rigo. I gotta hear the rest of this. Dig
Yeah.
yourself in a deeper
You know,
hole.
hey, no, there's no hole. I'm just being honest here. You know, that gorgeous booty that would show up. Woo.
Buns.
That's what it was all like. That's what I remember. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like I remember that. I don't know if it was number 2 or number 1. Number 1, I think it was, where she had her like there was another female that would basically fight with her, and when they would group up next to each other, it became like, you know, girl on girl action, really close, about to kiss, really getting physical, but they were fighting each other. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but I don't think we're gonna get anything like that. And then she had the guy who created weapons for her, and they would have some nice,
yeah.
sexy talk too. So I mean,
Yeah,
is that gonna
yeah.
disappear too? You know?
That is a big question, and I understand your concern, because if you look at the scale of things over the past few years and how, you know, cancel culture is a whole thing, and how so many people want certain things to get toned down, even though, you know, they're completely ignorant to a lot of the things that they're complaining about, I could see where you're coming from. Because it could be there is that probability that it can happen because of the sensitive times.
Yeah.
And hopefully that doesn't happen, but it was interesting how I looked into it, like about the gameplay, and I noticed that they really didn't say a whole lot in regards to visuals and the behavior, the mannerisms of the characters, that they was more focused on talking about the gameplay tweaks and stuff.
Yeah.
And how they mentioned how even the name of that one move, you know, when you finish off an enemy, and what was it called, like the climax something?
Yeah.
I mean, even the name of that, I don't think they're going to call it that
They call it the ultimate climax? What?
Yeah, they literally called the
Yeah.
finisher like climax something. I forgot what the last part of that phrase was, but it was a finisher that she does to every boss, and it was literally called that, and it was in the form of a quick time event, and they're saying how
Climax?
they're not doing that anymore, to the point where you control the action instead of it just being a quick time event. But the fact that it's called climax, though,
I mean, one of the things that she does is, and I don't know if they're gonna do it. They're probably gonna pull it out too. Was anytime she would attack a monster, you would do a combo, right? And then when you end the combo, she would do like different sexual positions. And one of my favorite ones was she'd bend down and she like spread her legs wide open, and the camera would like zoom in.
Yeah, it's quite cheeky.
Yeah, you know, and that's what made the game.
How unpure.
That's what made the game like something special. You like, I gotta do this combo. Just gotta do something very cheeky. But
It's
I
all
don't.
over the place.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna remove that completely out of the game and just kind of still make her look sexy, but without the provocative movesets, you know?
Right. The semantics.
Yeah. The game looks great. Don't get me wrong. The game looks great. The battle system still looks to par, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, he wants the 69.
That honestly, the trailer was like, for me, I've never played Bayonetta outside of, like, I've never even seen Bayonetta, or Bayonati as Kazoo calls her, and I really like that. I haven't seen Bayonetta outside of Smash Brothers, but honestly, that trailer for me was like a 5 out of 10. I mean, like, I feel like with how hyped up it was just kind of lame. I mean, like Rigo's saying, you have this character with a history of intense visuals, shall we say. And the trailer just felt really toned down and just like not hype at all. Like, it's just no.
Take away what made Bayonetta the character people wanted a third game out of.
I just say Nintendo needs to just lean into it. Like, this is who Bayonetta is. Lean into her character. Just embrace it.
Exactly. Embrace it.
Go ham, go all in, market as mature, whatever. But you're just gonna like they're done with Smash Bros. Like, they're trying to walk that line, and they're gonna lose both sides of the fan base, because it's gonna be too provocative for the more conservative players, and it's gonna be not provocative enough for Rigo and people like him. And so neither side is really going to be that into it. Like, you got to lean in one way or the other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as they're not showing they're going super hard, like you're literally seeing cheese nips.
Now,
You know, I'm just saying
hang
cheese
on
nips
now.
because of, you know. But
How dare you turn down mommy milkers? Who are you? What have you done with Ben?
I love the mommy milkers, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Yeah.
mommy milkers.
I haven't said that in a while.
Oh my gosh. All right, is there anything else we haven't mentioned about Nintendo? I'm trying to
Mario
think.
Party?
Oh, that's right, the new Mario Party.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't gonna get it because I was a little afraid that we were gonna get this. I don't know. I think because the last one left a bad taste in my mouth, I wasn't too happy with it. But seeing it on the direct, it's kind of tempted me to kind of want to get it now. I think it would be fun. It looks fun. Knowing that everything's gonna be online the way it's supposed to be from the beginning. I kind of want to grab it, and it's a good opportunity to not only play with friends and family, but especially with content creators who love to do Mario together, or to just start a party. Heck, that would be super fun. TacoCast with Mario Party in it.
That'd be pretty sick. It wouldn't suck, because that's the reason why I didn't bother getting, because like the online wasn't there, and you're going to wait nearly a year later to finally add online, which was like the most dumb ass thing to do. I'm sorry I said ass, but it was really stupid to me, because like that really ruined my drive. I wanted to get it, but then I heard, oh, no online. I'm like, no can do. I'm like, now this new one is coming out, and I'm like, well, I didn't buy the last one because online came out so freaking late, so I might as well wait for the new one.
I think part of the reason I was super hardcore skeptical about the Mario Party. I think they're calling it Superstars. I was really
Yeah,
skeptical,
Superstars.
but the gameplay makes it look like what I was expecting the original one to be, which was very similar to like the GameCube era Mario Party games, which is where I really got hooked on Mario Party.
Mhm.
Was playing with friends on the GameCube and just having a good old time and getting really upset at each other. You know, like that's just the games were incredibly competitive. The scoreboards were based entirely on luck and whoever won. And then you get this new Mario Party that comes out and it was just like weak mini games. And then like this weird mechanic at the end where it's like, so Bill won, but then we're going to give Nancy 3 stars because she tried really hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, then Nancy
Mhm.
won. And it's like, nope, I'm out. Nope, that's
Yeah.
not for me. And it seems like they're going back to the more GameCube era Mario Party, which if they do, I'm going to wait for the reviews to hit. I'm going to watch some gameplay. But if it is more GameCube era-esque, I would get it.
I mean, that's what made it fun though. Like, I remember when we did the Mario Party online a couple years back on my stream, and we were laughing at each other as we stole each other's stars, as we kept taking stars and got the other person mad. That's what makes it fun, and that's what I really want. You know, I hear you, man. That's exactly what I want too. It's, you know, I want to be able to take Stephie's stars and take Ryan's stars and have them all for me and me only.
Yeah, and then at the end of the game, whoever won, whoever got the most stars at the end of the game gets the crown. Not everybody needs a participation trophy.
Yeah, and that's the issue with Mario Kart too. The way you be the last person and you get all the OP stuff. You know, it's kind of stupid.
Well, in Mario Kart, that makes sense because it's like, okay, you're in last place. It helps you. It's a catch-up mechanic. You can get all these blue shells and bullet bills and stuff. You can still come in 12th place. It doesn't matter. But
yeah, but all
Mario
them
Party's
damn
a different
lightnings,
beast
though?
in and of itself, where
It-
this
it was-
does make a
that's-
difference.
Yeah, I see, but it was still stupid because then you get like 3 lightning bolts like in less than a minute, and it's like, you know, like, I mean, and it doesn't help when, you know, I'm not really good at Mario Kart at all, especially if I'm playing 200cc. I cannot stomach 200cc for the life of me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just weird.
I am excited. And you know what? With the old school game, what would you call them? The boards, the game boards. That I mean, that caught my eye too. And I played Mario. What is it called? Mario Party with my kids, and they loved it. The OG ones. They didn't like the new one. They hated it. So I might have to get it just because of that too. So who knows? We'll see. I mean, like I said, there's so many games coming out in the next like couple of months. My pockets are overwhelmed right now.
Your wallet is crying as we speak.
It is. It really is. Let's see. What else is there? Mario Party. What about what's the squid called? Splatoon. Splatoon 3.
I don't think we need to talk about Splatoon. No,
Man.
that was,
I
that's an important.
Okay, that's over my head.
I'm not. Splatoon.
You have to be dedicated to that game just to get all the weapons and crap. I don't got time for that. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, I know I don't. I can't speak with everyone else.
I will say I know a few people who are really hardcore into Splatoon, and they are very much looking forward to Splatoon 3.
Oh boy, they getting red. They getting sweaty already.
Oh yeah, everybody is pumped for the new mechanic. From what I've heard, the focus from the Splatoon or the Sploon community, as the cool kids say, is like the new mechanics, the new weapons, the new weapon mechanics. Like there's like wall grabs and jumps and flips and stuff now that they're adding in. I don't know, it looks crazy.
I can't do that.
They're not even excited about the story. They're more excited about the online mechanics. Like it's so
Yeah,
legit.
that's
It's crazy.
the
that's what
Call of Duty
irks me.
equivalent of Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's what irked me. When they first showed this off, it looked like we were getting a Splatoon RPG, and I was actually really excited and interested in that idea. Because again, it's a world that, yeah, it has lore and everything, we've ultimately just scratched the surface of it. I would love to see the lore aspects of Splatoon expanded upon in a dedicated story to it,
Yeah.
but that's not what we're getting. We're getting now. I always felt like Splatoon 2 was more like Splatoon 1.5 because no one really played Splatoon 1. No one really got a Wii U. But Splatoon 1 was incredible. I loved it. It was super fun. But it felt like all Splatoon 2 did was you swapped a few of the weapons and specialties around, added like a few new ones, sure, and you slapped Salmon Run on it and called it a new game. It's still a lot of fun. It was still really good, but it ultimately didn't add that much. This one, at the very least, does look like they're adding a lot of new stuff, but I don't see what they're adding that couldn't have just been patched in as a extra DLC for Splatoon 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true. I'm hoping it's dedicated for the sake of the people I know who play competitively. I'm hoping that they're patching in I mean, they just needed a new game because they had to rewrite the netcode, and like their people are going to get better connectivity between consoles, or better yet, dedicated servers. But I don't think that's going to happen.
We haven't had it yet. Don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
I don't think we ever will.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're too behind. I mean, when someone actually told me that I don't know how true this is, but people kept telling me that they're running their freaking online servers. They're literally running their online off of Windows 98. I'm like, no way, man. You got to be.
I heard
pulling
that
my leg.
too.
There may be truth in that because
Yeah,
the
I heard
netcode
that
that they're
too.
currently using is 18 years old.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
Yeah.
So they might
jeez,
actually be using
Dalla.
Windows 98.
Dalla. Forget it.
Oh man. All right, let's jump into it because like we've only just finished. It's almost 10. We just finished Nintendo stuff.
Oh crap, we have to speed this up.
Okay, PlayStation did their state of play, showing off some awesome stuff. I was actually kind of surprised with. I'm not saying they were the best, but this state of play was actually pretty well done. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, what were you guys excited for? And did you guys get hyped for anything specific? So let's start with Venge.
Ooh, you know what? Funny story is, I knew nothing. No one ever told me about the state of play in my Discord. Everyone was telling me about the direct. I had no idea. And me being so busy, I didn't have time to look into it. But when you guys told me, I actually looked into it. And the thing that bothered me the most about PlayStation, especially with PlayStation 5, so many like the huge lack of like PlayStation 5 titles, and just by skimming it, I'm seeing that it looks like they're finally starting to make it happen. And I'm not going to lie, I am very surprised by see, I'm big on hack and slasher type games, but I was shocked when I saw the Project Eve. I was like, holy crap, this looks like a next gen version of a female Ninja Gaiden type of game, and it looked very, very impressive visually, and gameplay looked stunning. There was a handful of other titles that looked interesting as well. The one called Forsaken. I mean, they really are pushing the bar with the graphics and everything, and then of course you have the usual stuff like Uncharted, and God of War. I haven't even finished the God of War PS4 yet. I know you can shame me all you want. You know, I just kind of got messed up and thrown in so many different directions, but it looks exciting, you know. So I'm looking forward to it. I need to play Horizon Zero Dawn too. Because I know nothing of that game, and I saw the trailer. It looked gorgeous. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's good to see that the state of play finally didn't look like the state of decay this year.
All right, let's get it over with, you two. Let's see this. I see what you're writing. Let's be real. When they showed Knights of the Old Republic, I mean, I was kind of very impressed. I wasn't expecting them to remake that game, not at all. And the little few, we didn't even get a gameplay. We just got someone holding a lightsaber. I was gonna. I know, but
That someone has a name.
I honestly, when I first saw the Black Shadow, I thought we were getting another what's that game called? The one that came out recently. What is it called? See, now it's bugging me. Oh my god, what is it called? It's like Dark Souls. Help me.
Dark Souls.
Star Wars
The Force Unleashed?
Jedi Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yeah. It's like I thought it was just another section of Fallen Order.
That's what I thought it was too when I first saw that.
That's what I thought.
Fallen Order sequel.
Yep, that's what I thought. But yeah, no, I'm very, very excited. Okay, I want to hear you guys because you guys are the ones who, obviously, I played Old Republic way back in the day, and I wasn't really invested in it because, again, I was a young kid. I knew nothing of the Star Trek. So go ahead.
Well, it's sideline go first.
One of my best childhood memories is playing not Knights of the Old Republic, but Jedi Outcast, which was like the 2 games after that game came out. I never got a chance to play Knights of the Old Republic just because the hardware that I had at the time couldn't run it. But the games in this series, in the Knights of the Old Republic series, are some of my favorite games of all time. And for me, I am going, if this comes out on PC, which I hope it does, I will play this game through multiple times. And for me, this is like a huge potential promise of, if they were to do a remake of Jedi Outcast in the same style, which seems like we're getting an Unreal Engine 5 style remake for Knights of the Old Republic, I would probably die. I'd just explode everywhere, and they'd have to like scream me off the ceiling. Like, I mean, that would be amazing. I think some of the things I'm most excited for with Knights of the Old Republic, this remake, is Lightsaber Combat, because let's be honest, it was lacking in the original series. In those titles, the Lightsaber Combat was lacking. I'd love to see some updated enemy AI. I think that would be really cool. They get a little predictable after a while. The clone troopers get a little predictable. And I think it would also be really cool if we were to get like sort of an online multiplayer lightsaber battle thing. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be really cool to see for sure. I agree. Like with the new battle system, I mean, with what they've already learned with Fallen Order, I don't see why they couldn't make a really good battle system at this point for these new games. Who's making it? I didn't even remember who's making it.
I believe it is Aspyr. I know it's spelled ASPYR or something like that.
Aspyr? What games are they known for? See, I can't even think of. I don't even know who these are.
Well, they've done a lot of game ports, but some of theirs have been Deus Ex, some of the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So it looks like they're really.
As Sideline said earlier, Jedi Outcast was one of theirs.
Yeah, I just noticed that they made a lot of Star Wars stuff too. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Bioshock Infinite. They're right behind it. There.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Force Unleashed. Forge Unleashed.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. So hyped for that game though.
Actually, I was surprised to see, going back to Nintendo Direct, I was surprised to see they were going to bring the Knights of the Republic on there, but that's the OG one, isn't it? The one they're bringing out for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Switch would spontaneously combust if it tried to run this new version that they're...
That's what I said. I remember I said on the thing, it did not age well, that game. No, it
Not
did
at
not.
all. Not at all. Like, the graphics are outdated, the combat system's outdated, honestly, the voice sound quality is outdated. The only thing that they realistically should be keeping within this next one is the choice-based system, as well as, the story itself. which is apparently in questionable places right now.
Mhm.
One of their lead story developers is someone who never played the original, which is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
It means they're not going to have any idea of what made the original game so fantastic. At the same time, they're a fresh source of information. They're unbiased by the original. They're going to be able to go into it and have these new pure ideas. They just need to not ruin certain aspects of it, which is important, because I would honestly say Knights of the Old Republic, the original one, had the greatest video game plot twist of all time. So as long as they can keep that intact, the game's going to be great. Don't touch the story, tweak everything else.
I see what you're saying. They did that with what was that remake they did? That oh my god, I play it all the time. See, now I can remember because I'm all flustered. They did that with the PS5 game Demon Souls. They tweaked everything, but the main core of the game wasn't changed. They just tweaked the whole graphics and the gameplay and stuff. Yeah.
I do think the combat system could potentially be a little difficult of a thing to switch up drastically, because you can play this game in multitude of different ways. You can have just a single blade lightsaber, double blade lightsaber, one single blade lightsaber in each hand. You can have a single blade lightsaber and a sword. You can have a gun, two guns, big gun, medium gun. Like, so many types of weapons in that game that I feel like almost scaling it all now would be a little challenging with everything else the game has going on. Not impossible, though. Doable, and if they pull it off, it's going to be incredible. But I have a feeling that we're not going to see something over the top.
Maybe not so much rewriting the entire system, but sort of tweaking what's there. Like, you're taking a 20-year-old sort of movement mechanic, and there are better movement and combat systems that have been developed since then. So maybe you don't have to rewrite the entire thing, but just adapting it to make movement a little more precise, and sort of change arc patterns, and make it, add some realistic physics to the weight, give some weight to the, you already have the haptics with the PS5 already, give some weight to the lightsabers and the guns, sort of just add some realism.
I have no doubts this is going to be on like PC and Xbox and everything. I think that PlayStation just had the rights to, be the ones to show it off first. Like, I doubt it's going to be a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, I don't think it's set exclusive anywhere. I'm just checking the trailer. There was no exclusive anywhere. Actually, it looks like Sony is also one of the producers on it. It might be actually an exclusive. It's in Sony Interaction. Yeah, I think it might be exclusive only to PlayStation.
Can we talk about how upset the Xbox fanboys were, though?
Well, especially because
My
Knights of the Old
timeline
Republic was initially a Microsoft game. It was on Windows and Xbox, is where it was originally at.
Yeah.
I mean, my timeline was stuffed. It was just Xbox haters everywhere. How dare you? Sony, how could you?
It seemed like so many things has changed hands over the years. It's just like how a lot of the anime games has like taken a sharp turn. Because even now, it's like a lot of them on the PlayStation, and it's like something has to drastically happen to where it makes that shift. Most of them is a Sony, and it's crazy how that stuff changes over time, man. Like, because they're buying stuff out left and right.
Oh, I know.
Like, it's insane.
Oh, I know exactly. It's crazy how much everything gets bought out. You know what game actually piqued my interest, and it wasn't even like a trailer or anything to be like, holy crap. It kind of was like the Old Republic trailer we got. And that was Wolverine sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
You see the hairy arm, and then you see this knife come out, and that was it. And I was like, I really want to play it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that trailer. Now that you bring it up, because I'm like, are they gonna show some Wolverine action? Maybe 50 seconds at least. But man,
Had any of you ever played the X-Men Origins Wolverine game? I know the movie is terrible. The movie's a dumpster fire, but the game itself is
It's
like
fine.
considered by many to be a fantastic guilty pleasure game.
it is.
You just go out of it is so violent. It like Wolverine is literally just ripping people apart. It
That's
is
what Wolverine does.
glorious.
He's the best.
I don't
I
think we're gonna
never-
get that in this game, of course, unfortunately.
No, I never touched it. Honestly, when I watched the movie, I didn't want to play the game. I just thought it was gonna be one of those
Yeah.
horrible game adaptations of a movie. But I heard the same
It
thing.
was.
I heard that it wasn't great, but just ripping things apart, that was what made it fun. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Wolverine.
It was a terrible game, but again, like I said, it's one of those guilty pleasure games for a lot of people that's just very satisfying and fun to play. It's a really tough game to get a hold of nowadays,
Yeah.
though. Something about licensing issues has made it incredibly tough. But
Yeah,
if you ever get the chance, by all means, get it. That's a valuable game right there.
yeah. So
I-
if you're mad, take it out.
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
man.
think, I can't imagine Insomniac going and being like, okay, and we're gonna make this game where Wolverine can just like absolutely shred people, put them through a freaking wood chipper with his claws. I don't think we're gonna get something quite like that. But it's cool how much Marvel trusts them with their IPs. Like Marvel handed them Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and they did great with it.
Yeah.
Guardians
So
of
it's
the
not
Galaxy.
surprising we're getting a Wolverine game now too.
Yeah, and Guardians of the Galaxy on top of that. There's
Gar-
3 Marvel.
Well,
Yeah,
games
Guardians
coming
is Square, isn't it?
I'm not who's making
I don't
Guardians.
think Insomniac has anything to do with Guardians.
Oh, I was
Never
talking
mind.
about Sony.
Oh
getting
no, but
3
yeah,
Marvel
definitely.
game releases.
I was
Yeah.
talking about Insomniac specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Is getting a lot of them.
But
yeah,
it's
Guardians of the
because they
Galaxy
did such a
is
good
awesome.
job, like what you said, Ryan. They did such a great job with Spider-Man. I would trust them
They
too.
did.
I would trust them too. You know, I mean, speaking of Insomniac, that Spider-Man 2 game, I'm you know, just from the trailer, I'm getting these co-op vibes. I really hope so because we got both Spider-Mans there, and that totally tells me cooperative play. That could be just me, but I'm feeling that, man. I am feeling that vibe.
That might be hard for me to stomach. I get what you're saying though. I hope so. But like part of me feels like one or two I feel like it could happen for one reason. Because of that Batman game that they were talking about and how that game was going to have a co-op aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't happen, I feel like what they're gonna go with is with that game is imagine if the symbiote is in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what if the symbiote actually takes control of not Peter Parker,
Miles.
but
Miles?
Miles?
Yeah.
Imagine. And it may be like there'll be like this back and forth struggle between the two. And you play different perspectives, and there'll be multiple times where they meet together.
There was a game like that actually. Let me see.
I mean, I wanted to play. This is as close as I was gonna get Ryan into spandex.
You just have to ask.
Oh
Now
snap!
No, don't ask. Nobody's asking.
Rico is
No,
clearly
right?
asking.
No, I don't think that was an ask. I mean,
It was a demand. You're right. I should hang on. I'll go check.
Oh no!
it was, it was a
don't-
demand. Hold on.
don't encourage-
look, what you guys do in your own private time is fine, I guess. As
You can be involved.
long
in it
as I
too.
never have to know about it.
Behind
Oh.
closed doors.
What stays off stream?
What
There
happens
you go.
off stream stays off stream.
Yeah, just make sure your streams are not on by accident.
Yes, okay. Ultimate Spider-Man, that game. It was a game where you would jump between playing as Spider-Man and playing as Venom. And it's praised as one of the best Spider-Man games ever made. It's kind of a low bar though. Like there's
What,
only
Maximum
technically been-
Carnage?
No, Ultimate Spider-Man.
I remember
Oh
Ultimate Spider,
yeah,
the
Ultimate
comic book
Spider-Man
one.
was great. I
It was a
mean,
fantastic
I don't know why
game.
people bashed it.
I think it's just the times. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I loved it. And I'm thinking maybe we could get something of that.
I mean,
Almost like that. We'll have
we-
to wait and see though.
yeah, we have to see what we're gonna get. I mean, we're seeing now Spider-Man, right, with Venom, and then what, like a couple. Now we got Venom versus Carnage coming out too on movies as well.
That's what I was about to say next. Is like, watch in a few years we're gonna get Spider-Man 3, where you're gonna have Spider-Man, we're gonna have Peter, Miles, and Venom, and the main antagonist is gonna be Carnage.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, if you guys I don't know if you guys played it for the SNES, but do you remember Maximum Carnage on SNES? That game was
Yes.
ridiculously awesome. I remember it
And
being.
it was ridiculously hard. Too.
Oh yes, it was.
But it was great though.
Yeah.
The last Spider-Man game I played was Spider-Man for the PS1.
Oh, that was a
And
great
that
game.
game was pretty tight.
Yeah.
And
game
Carnage was in that game though, I think.
I
He and Symbiote worked together for a couple
Yeah.
of cutscenes.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I think he was.
Another great game that we're looking at is okay. We gotta talk about this because God of War Ragnarok. It looks good. I know people are a little bit complaining
Beautiful.
because they're using the same animations. Apparently, I don't know. I think it's really dumb, but it's some shortcuts that developers are gonna take. I feel that you're allowed to take those shortcuts.
My
But
favorite comment about that was someone had said, "Oh man, they're complaining about reused animations. Wait till they hear they've reused the voice actors."
oh no!
It's like, who cares?
Get
I
a
don't care if
boy.
they're using the same jump in a boat animation. I don't care.
Come here, boy.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Hop in animation.
But the biggest one right now, and I find it really funny, is they go off of legit what the mythological of history says, not what a movie says, not what a fantasy movie that maybe came out a while back does. But they're complaining about Thor being a little pudgy and dirty looking, and they want Thor to be the Thor that we got from Marvel, the big
Chris Hemsworth.
they want with the sexy accent and the big muscles. Personally, I think the way they're going with Thor is perfectly fine. If you ever read any of the books or any of the stories of Thor, you can see it, you understand it, and you're like, yes. But I guess for some people, they don't care. They're really pissed off that Thor is big gutted.
I like that he's relatable to the common man like me. Like I can look at that version of Thor and say, I could get there. That is attainable. I look at Chris Hemsworth and I'm like, that's never happening. I am never going to become Chris Hemsworth. But I look at that God of War shirt and I'm like, I don't know. That's
I
a
could aspire
reality.
to be that version of Thor.
Tomorrow, I'm
you
gonna
can.
eat.
Put me out in a
McDonald's.
forest
Because
with an
think
axe. I
about
could
it.
turn into that.
Listen,
Because he's a god. I
throw
mean,
me
like,
throw me
think
some
about it. You
777.
can
I'll show
lounge
you
around
Chris
and do what
Edward.
Oh. Sorry about that.
No, but it's
not
true.
Twitch. He can do it here, guys. He can do it here.
Oh yeah, I can. I'm not on Twitch.
This isn't Twitch. It's okay if he does it.
Do what?
Takes his shirt off.
But
Oh.
no, but I don't know. Do we have a picture of that Thor? They're talking about?
You can probably find it in like 2 seconds.
You would probably just type Fat Thor in Google and it'll show
You
up.
just type God of War Thor.
Yeah, I found him.
Boom.
So
First image.
yeah, so this is the Thor that people are like basically, come on, open. There we go. That people are saying, yo, what the heck, man? Is this Thor here? I'm gonna block you, Vengeance. I apologize. So this Thor here, they're not happy that we're getting. I feel, obviously one is Kratos, one is Thor, but I feel that I'm a lot scared of this Thor versus the Chris Thor. He looks so, I want to hug Chris. I want to kiss him on the cheeks. But the other Thor scares the crap out of me.
Yes, I would enjoy kissing Chris Hemsworth on the cheek.
That Thor looked like you just tick him off, he's gonna get you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point. That's what he's been described as within God of War at this point. Is he is a very violent and belligerent individual.
Yeah, he drinks his beer, he eats those gigantic turkey legs, and if
There is
somebody
this,
pisses him off, he sticks it up their behind.
Within God of War on the within God of War, the more recent ones, there's a story of an NPC you find, and he tells you this story about how when he was alive, his father died, and him and his family prayed that Thor would watch over his father in the afterlife, and Thor showed up, and they were like, "Oh, Thor, the god, Thor, please come to our house, please come with us, please let us thank you for all you do." Thor went to their house and then just refused to leave. And so the kid was like, "Okay, listen, Thor, you gotta go." And so Thor responded by killing him and his entire family, and then left.
Dang.
That was
See,
like
that
it.
proves-
Like, he is a violent, belligerent individual. At the same time, this is a personal theory of mine, the way we listen and hear stories about Thor in these games reminds me a lot of where Kratos was in the original God of War games, where
Mhm.
he's this character who's always spoken of about this brutal, horrible individual who's
see
in
that.
service to a god, which that's kind of what Thor is at the moment. He's this almost servant to Odin. So
Mhm.
maybe we're not going to see them clash and fight to the death. Maybe we're going to get a more sympathetic. Kratos is going to be more sympathetic, like, "Hey, I was in your shoes once. I was in that same position with Ares." And we're going to see them teaming up at some point to work together to overthrow Odin. I don't know. That's just personal headcanon of mine, though. It could go completely different.
It could, but I mean, you know what? You're not
makes
off.
sense.
I mean, I can see that. You saying that, I can
Right.
totally see. I could actually, I would enjoy that more than me fighting Thor. I think I would enjoy that more.
Oh, I think there will be fights with Thor. Repeated fights throughout the game with him. But I think at the very end, you're going to have this whole, like, scene where Kratos, like, offers a hand to him and Thor takes it.
Yeah.
And then they go off together. And then everyone will have new Rule 34 art to draw. It's going to be great.
Oh my
Now we are
God.
just
I
doing
knew
that.
something was. I knew you was gonna say something crazy.
I'm surprised it took you this long, honestly. Like, as soon as
Yeah.
the conversation started, I'm like, God,
It had a lot of
Ryan in
build-up. I
3,
know.
2, 1.
I know, I built up for this
Cue
one.
it. Cut the music. Oh my
So cut to Careless Whisper as Thor and Kratos look into each other's
Oh
eyes.
no, not a fanfic fantasy.
Mm.
We gonna have to stop you right there, man. We can't be
No,
talking about
Thor isn't bad.
bulging
He's just
and
pregnant with
thrusting
Kratos'
biceps.
child.
We're not going there.
There is one thing that I kind of have to throw out there now, like continuing our conversation with PlayStation. I don't know, man. I'm always down for re-releasing games and to different consoles, but I think at this point this game has been re-released way too many times, and I'm actually kind of bored of it. And that's Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, we got it for the PS3, fantastic. PS4 come out, we got it for the PS4. We got it for the PC. We got backwards compatibility with 60 frames a second for the PS5. Now we're getting a legitimate PS5 Grand Theft Auto. I mean, how much more can they milk that game, man?
You know how? They can add
Grand Theft Auto
Big
Switch.
Smoke DLC. Big Smoke DLC.
Oh shit.
Man, that would sell.
It would. Let me get a
All he'd
number
have to do
9,
is say,
a number 8 large. I just
Mhm. Go ahead.
we've gotten it so many times. I mean, I know the game. Don't get me wrong, the game is fantastic. I've played it over and over again. I don't know how many times on stream. I don't know how many times just in daily. I love the game. The story's great. It's a long game, but at this point, I'm ready for either a new Grand Theft Auto or just honestly let it be, because it's already good. How much better can it look? They really can't do anything other than up the resolution a little bit, maybe up a little distance because of the PS5, but there is no ray tracing or nothing that they can add to it. The game's already done. So, and
Yeah.
You know, how much better can it look? That's what I'm getting
Ugh.
at.
I feel
I've
you,
seen
Rico.
a great meme
This is
the other
giving
day.
me. This is giving me Capcom PTSD with Street Fighter, so I can relate to
Right? There
that.
it is.
You know, I had to do it every time we do this thing. I have to rip in to find some kind of way to rip in the Capcom soul.
Yeah, you do. We got to keep them in check so they don't mess up Monster Hunter. That's what we got to do.
That's exactly.
Hold their feet to the fire. Do you? I've never played GTA myself, but I'm already sick of GTA 5 just because I've seen and heard enough about it. I'm like, okay, come on, guys. Would you have been more happy with a sort of Knights of the Old Republic like GTA 6 is coming soon, and also GTA 5 is going to be ported to the PS5, but GTA 6 is coming soon, sort of thing? Would that have been more appealing?
I would have liked that more. I would have just liked to see, GTA 5 is coming to PS5, and then all of a sudden it goes out, and then you see this GTA 6 coming soon. I would have been more crazy for that than finding a full amount trailer with gameplay and everything of GTA 6, because we already know what it is. We already know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get a San Andreas remake before we get
No
GTA 6.
more. Please. No more. We
What,
can't
you don't
have
like
any
San
more of
Andreas?
this. San Andreas has outlived its years.
That's why they're remaking it.
They don't need to remake it. It's been like the past few years have been nothing but rehashes as of late. Some remakes were more valid than others, but when it comes to GTA, I mean, they milk that thing like a freaking grade A cow.
Heart boy.
They milk it. They be milking that. Like, come on, man. The mommy milkers are dry. Stop.
The mummy.
Like, we don't need it anymore.
I actually seen a great meme a few days ago. It was a person said, "What I grew up with," and it showed the GTA 5 logo. What kids today grow up with? Same GTA 5 logo.
No more.
Like, when did that game come out? When did GTA 5 come out?
Oh, I don't remember. 2014 was it?
Was it
I'm gonna check.
2014? It was
GTA.
2013.
Oh, okay.
2013. Wow.
They have been repackaging and re-releasing this game for 8 years.
Stop it.
Good, you got a
It's
good
like
thing.
someone took a freaking one of those those ice picks from the top of their roof and just picking at me with it.
But I guess, I mean, it's like a lot of what Nintendo does. Though, like, if you've got a game that makes you money, why not keep re-releasing it to make more money?
It keeps printing money.
Yeah, icicle, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. No, you know what they should have done? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm all fine and dandy with GTA, but you know how hard people would have gone crazy if they turned around and said, guys, guess what? Red Dead Redemption 1 is coming for the PS5. We have not gotten another re-release of that game at all since Red Dead Redemption
that
2
would
came
be
out.
more hype.
That would have been more hype. I would have been
That
more happy
would've.
with that.
How about we get a
Yeah.
Max Payne game, Rockstar? Huh?
Yeah.
They don't
What happened
care
to Max
about that.
Payne?
They want to make sure he's dying smiling all the time.
I almost feel like they're afraid of Max Payne because they don't want Marvel to be like pretty similar to Punisher.
Oh,
You
dang.
want to catch this lawsuit from the mouse?
Yeah. Oh man, Max Payne. Oh jeez, they could just give
Oh,
Half-Life
then
3.
Half-Life 3.
There we go. There
I
we
was
go.
waiting for that.
Half-Life 3.
Resident Evil 1. Well, yeah, Resident Evil 1 did have a lot of them, hard boy. I'm not gonna lie, but there were some that was actually warranted. I would say they could have just stopped at the GameCube version, to be honest. I mean, they could have just stopped there because that's serious. Sometimes they overstep. I get it for sure.
Yeah, I've been to Vegas. I was there for about 10 minutes in the airport, and let me tell you what, I'd never seen so many slot machines in my life.
They're everywhere.
yeah.
In the airport. No
They're
less.
everywhere.
Got one
They're-
on the plane.
Yeah.
But I would say the original Resident Evil remake, that was the game that realistically was the first true remake of a game that set the bar for what a remake should be. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was really good. It was an improvement over the original.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's aged really well. Like you can
Yeah,
go back play it
it
now,
did.
and it still looks just as good
Mm-hmm.
And just as scary.
and just
Crimson
as
Heads.
Ooh, Crimson Heads. Yep, there it is.
You gonna play it for
Hate
Halloween,
them
Benj?
things. Huh?
You gonna play it for Halloween?
Well, oh wait, this
Ben's like,
Sunday, right?
Do I want to sleep?
I'll probably have to do it the day before Halloween, but I would probably. I just hate them damn Crimson Heads though. Them things always creep me out because of how powerful they are.
All right,
They
Benj.
catch
it's
up to
okay,
you in 5 milliseconds.
You know who
just
should
play Dead Space instead.
you know who
Who?
should play Resident Evil? We need
Sidelined.
No, Stephie should play Resident Evil. I would enjoy watching her playing
Listen,
some.
Wait,
Wow.
We're
Stephie's
getting
never
her to
played
play
Resident
Until Dawn
Evil.
for Halloween. That's all we can ask for. Okay,
What's that?
that's the most we're gonna get out of her. How dare?
How dare!
Do we need to add a caveat though? She has to have the jump scare donation thing on.
Yeah,
though?
you
She
know
has it on.
she needs to do it. The
She
fact
has a
that
just
Stephie
donation.
always,
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah, she needs to do it. Steffi,
She does.
you
she
gotta
she,
do it for
she
the
has
culture.
She has the unicorn that comes and goes. Whee!
Yeah, do it for the culture, Steffi. I mean, you
I am too,
you
Stephie. I'd
introduced
totally
me
feel for
to what's the name? Your favorite game, Mystical Ninja.
it.
And
Play
it's
it,
horrifying.
Play it, Benj.
Look, Benj,
Play
I'm
it.
playing it so you don't have to, okay?
I still didn't get my ankle pick yet.
Uh...
Do it.
my God. So remembers the ankle pick.
Yes. Some things I don't forget. Some things I don't forget. I'm sorry. That was one of them. You promised.
Yeah, oh,
Okay,
shit!
this is crying. Who did
Stephie,
that?
you're getting called out for that ankle. Shit.
And remember, Pringle and Ruffles has to be in the picture. You can't fake me out.
It's like instead of holding up the newspaper for today's date, it's like Ruffles and Pringle are just sitting next to her ankle, like. Looking like the one taco
Sup?
soda combination plate.
This BR ankle. Oh shit.
Oh, daggone.
All right, guys, it's 10:30. Look at that. We didn't even get to the other. Well, the other questions were just about meaningless things. I just kind of added them if we didn't get to them. But yeah, PlayStation and Nintendo took the whole stream. It's fantastic.
We had more questions. I didn't see them.
I know, right? Like I said,
We have more.
I only added them. It was stupid things like complaining about the online, which we covered on the thing, and complaining about
Oh.
Thor, which we added in the thing. So it wasn't really
Oh,
big. Yeah, not at all. It wasn't. Oh my god! But guys, thank you all for joining us. I super appreciate it. Venge, thank you again for showing up, and Sideline, thank you as well.
No problem.
Okay, I did. I wanted to make sure I did. So, guys, if you guys want to follow any of these wonderful creators, their links are in the description below. They are fantastic streamers, as of fantastic friends as well. So you definitely don't want to miss out. Again, thank you guys for taking the time to come out and join us. And last minute requests, I really appreciate that. So thank you. To all of you, let's go ahead. I haven't done a raid on YouTube in like a million years. Who can we raid? Like, who is on YouTube? Shoot.
Here we go. When's the next TacoCast?
Well, next month.
Yes, but I mean, which date specifically?
I think we're gonna have to do because TacoCast would technically land on Halloween, and I want Halloween free. I gotta take the kids out for Halloween, so it's either gonna be on the 24th or the 17th of
Hear
October.
that, everyone? It's gonna be about a week or two early.
Yeah, so be ready
Yeah.
for that, guys. But there might be a surprise for that TacoCast. I'm trying to plan something with my fellow TacoCastians.
First I've heard of it.
He's still working the kinks out.
I gotta work the kinks out.
I'm
Make sure.
always working my kinks out, Benj.
I walked into that.
Oh shoot. Okay. You guys want to go raid Gigglebizzle?
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah, let's do Gigglebizzle. Let's go
I
ahead.
haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah. Oh, Heart Boy, you're so kind, man. You did
Bring in
not
the
have to do that, guys. Let's hashtag Heart Boy in the chat. My dude, thank you very much, man. All that love. Shoot.
I haven't dono to you in forever. SSSS sparkling heart, sparkling heart, sparkling heart.
SSSS. Thank you, Heart Boy. I appreciate that, brother. All right, guys, we're gonna use hashtag TacoCast raid, and we're gonna go and Gigglebizzle it. Click on the link. Thank you all for joining us. I super appreciate it. Let's go ahead and give him an awesome raid. I wish I could put the raid window up, but I can't. So I'm just gonna shut it down and we'll go over there. All right, guys, thank you all for joining. Take care, have a good one, and don't forget the most important thing in the whole wide world. Come to my live stream, I'm super famous. Take care, have a good one, bye!
Oh.
Not used to the archaic ways of clicking the link over here on YouTube.
Archaic ways.